How are ya? I'm Claire. Tonight I'm feeling retrospective. How about you? I'm sorry, this is one-sided, but I would love to build a relationship for the future. Let me get to what I'm talking about. Today, I want to speak to you about my 30-day drawing challenge that I put upon myself in order to, 1, build a portfolio of ideas, 2, drawing practice in general, 3, gain views, 4, gain subs, 5, go viral, 6, finish a project. If you're interested in the trials and tribulations on my successes and failures of this 30-day challenge, this video is for you. I'm going to be going through every single day, every drawing, the views, the likes, what worked, and what didn't. So while you're watching right now, as I go through these prompts, get out your sketchbook and doodle along with them. Let's get into it. Day 1 was Treehouse. At the top screen, drawing on a random page every day until #Drawtober. I wasn't really sure about what my format would be for these clips yet, so I was patient with myself, set out, just figure it out day by day, something will come to me format-wise. As of right now, this video is still at 300 views and 17 likes. Not the worst for a 300 view video, but I've had better. Now let's break down the art of it all, because that's what I'm really here for. The tree, I was nervous drawing a tree. I'll say that there. I definitely fall for weird stick shapes or stick bodies. This tree I thought came out really well, especially when I added the details into it. The steps perspective wise, I'm like, oh, well, I'm practicing. It'll get better as I go along. I've always wanted to have a treehouse. That was a childhood dream of mine. For this treehouse in particular, due to space, time, and commitment, I only had like 3 little compartments to it, like the main living building, the shed or garage. I imagine that's where the band would play, and then the broken off bit of castle. And that castle, I had a fantasy about it being like stolen from the ground, or the tree just like wrapping up around it and breaking it off as it grew. Some type of magical effect to this for sure. The orbs are what do you want? Wait, that's wild. That's supposed to say, what do you want? And do you want? Okay, that was brain fart. It's supposed to say, what do you want? Maybe that's why I got 17 likes. The balls are supposed to be portals or like little magic crystal balls. So you could go in them. I like the one off to the left that's kind of inset into the tree. Overall, I really enjoy this. I think it's a good sample of my illustration style and what I'm capable of. Yeah, I suppose another goal of mine for this is to be kind to myself as an artist and understanding and trust myself in this process that I'll draw what I need to draw when I need to draw it, and to not feel suffocated by my own rules and set myself up for failure, because that's what I didn't want to do. Demon. Day 2, Demon. I loved her. It's not the perfect figure drawing, but she's there, and there's a concept, there's an idea behind this character, I feel. Why are her hands behind her back? Is it because I didn't want to draw hands? Why are her feet hooves? Is it because I didn't want to draw feet? You'll never know. Yes. Why are her horns not symmetrical? Why is one broken off? Is it because I didn't want to do the symmetry? No. I just started off with her as a single figure on the page, but it looked so bare. So I'm like, oh, well, she is definitely familiar with a soul departing. So I drew a bunch of little ghosty-like looking creatures, kind of giving Hercules-esque. I don't know how I came across angry eyes up top. Those are angry eyes, angry little demon eyes. Maybe, we can always create lore while we're talking about it. So they could be a reflection of the flames coming out of her eyes. Ooh. I think she's just a cool critter. I like her dress. I like how I had it kind of like flare out around the skirt. I'm sure there's many notes that some people may take, like proportions, but she's a demon, okay? Demons don't have to be exact humanoids. And there you have it. Oh, I love drawing floaty things. I liked making her buff. Now time for the variables. So this demon got 408 views and 46 likes. 100 more views and over 30 more likes than my day one. So you can say my ego was lifted. It felt like I needed to make them shorter. As you can see from the title, drawing a random suggestion every day, I didn't feel like I was giving any stakes to that, but I'm still trying to figure out the format. I also wanted to figure out a format so I didn't have to think as much about what I put up at the start. When you're a small creator, just try stuff out, okay? This isn't homework. It's just you and the internet. Be respectful and try your best. Day 3, newsstand. And for this TikTok, I was trying out a different format. I'm like, oh, well, what would happen if I flash the whole scene at the top of the video? I got a middling response. I got 401 views and 31 likes. I decided not to continue on with that format because I got 15 less likes. However, when I tried it on YouTube Shorts, it performed pretty okay. I have more of like an idea about TikTok. YouTube Shorts, I have no clue, so I'm not even gonna delve into that on here. I feel like this is another great example of what I'm capable as an illustrator. Perspective wise, of course, if someone pays me, I'll be a little less lazy about it. But I'm also like, hey, rule number 1, there's no rules in art. But perspective is fine. I think it's fine. Well, it's okay. When newsstands, I think of Gilmore Girls, Superman, just comics in general, I suppose. Just like there's Bodega Cat, a little like cat in a newsstand, I think is perfect. Do I go around a lot of newsstands? No. Are there a bunch around lately? No. Day 4, waterfall. Stats, 309 views, 40 likes. I wanted to look behind the waterfall because I always thought that perspective of it was so much more magical. Of course, looking at a waterfall itself is so beautiful and picturesque, but scenes that happen behind a waterfall, steamy. I am a fantasy reader lover. She was a toughie in terms of like the different aspects that I wanted to include. I was a bit too big for my britches. Drawing the waterfall itself was quite difficult because I wanted to give that action item of the water moving, but it's hard to do when it's a 2D drawing. Just straight lines and a lot of my white gel pen going over what I tried to draw. Now, this little naked person, shadows aren't perfect. Majority of the time, I don't know where to place a freaking shadow. Like, I think of the sun, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's bright. Below that's dark. This is a cave with water coming through. I don't know the full scene. I'm trying my best. So that's what I did. I tried my best. But yeah, it's a little naked person. Not person. Elf. Little side cloud. Cute. And then there's the sword. You let me know in the comments what you think of with this scene, with any other future scenes. Yeah, I love fantasy and I wanted to incorporate that somehow. I wish it popped off a bit more. On my Instagram, it did pretty well. My Instagram, I'm still posting my 30 days. I'm kind of cheating it across all platforms. I think I'll try Blue Sky next. Day 5, Vampire. It got 307 views and 30 likes. So even worse, and it was 15 seconds long. So who knows? This was frustrating reality to face, was the fact that a lot of people said that it looked like a certain environment, and I tried. I think a little, but also not. I think it mainly looks like our paths, which was who I was going for. And if you think it looks like the other person, do not put their name in the comments because I don't want that kind of crowd drawing into my channel. Okay? I don't like it. I think it's unjust what he does. Oh no. I think I just extended the left side of his face a bit too much. But, I mean, it's close enough. It could be worse. I mean, it's pretty bad if people think it looks like that other guy, because I don't want any part of that. Day 6. We'll say this about Vampire, though, too, is I specifically chose that song, "You Got Me on Fire," because it's so iconically a Twilight song. How can you not see the guy? And I'm sure people do, and they're just trolling and trying to be cute and funny, and I get it. Baby, I'm a fool for you. Day 6. Views, 562 views, 47 likes. Okay. Not viral yet. Not viral yet. So pocket watch, I just really did not want to draw the face of a clock, so I drew that outside of a pocket watch. And I think that's one of the funnest things about pocket watches are the different design embellishments, but they're usually very classic, classy. This one I wanted to put a little whenever forever, because whenever forever. This is one of those designs where I was like, yes, I can make this into a sticker. And so I just made whenever forever. Okay, not viral yet, but we're picking up. We're picking up. Day 7 boat. This one's cute. This was a 10-second long video. I think that was a good amount of time because I got 514 views and 65 likes. What the hell did I? Wow. So it was 10 seconds long. I got my most views, most likes. You'll see I start repeating this, drawing from a random prompt every day until I'm better at art. Day 7. So now that I've noticed that, I first used it on day 4 and I like that I kind of got complimented. I want to be better at art, even though I'm actually kind of good at it. I'm not fishing. I'm trying to hook you. Oh wait, I took the perspective on that phrase every day until I'm better at art, as in I'm building my 10,000 hours, which is a thing, to better myself in my artistic medium, in my artistic stance in life. So people can take it one way, they can take it this way, but it is a hook. It is me trying to find a hook. And the hook did work in a lot of ways because it got people commenting. I say go for it. Don't make it make it wild and crazy if you want, but don't say that you got that from me. But I think it is good to kind of like put yourself on a smaller pedestal so people would be like, oh, she sucks. And then you show something good and they'll be like, wait a second, she's trying to get better at art. She's already pretty good at it. That's kind of the internet 101. Anyway, day 7, we're on a boat. And it's a cute little what? For some reason, I think boat, I go to Ratatouille, I go to Flushed Away, I go to little critters riding little boats. But this guy, I wanted it to be a dirty, grungy, tubby little rat with his little rat tail wrapped around a pole, little pirate pole. And I think the music for this was perfect as well, because the music was giving Pixar, giving cartoon, and he's just looking at where my cheese at? Where that garbage? Okay, those are stereotypes, and I don't want to fall into that on this channel. But there's a lot of little, I think this is also a great example of my illustration style of giving into those little details of this match that kind of digs into his smarts. Maybe it's about to get lit, maybe it was blown out. That's sending out a smoke signal. Bless that sail, because I didn't know what to do with the sail. So I just kept coloring and shadowing and coloring and shadowing. Oh, we'll see how it turns out. I want to be able to mainly focus on the rat and his little tail wrapped around the post and his little feet and his big tummy and his little vest and his Napoleon hat. So he's got teeth and he's riding on perhaps an upside down mouse trap. But he's on his way. The beginning, middle, end of his journey. You decide. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear lore about any illustrations. Day 8. Vending machine. I love vending machines. Ever heard of good things vending on the internet? You buy art from local artisans. I love the idea of using a vending machine to sell art and little bits. I remember the first time I saw a cigarette vending machine, I was like, wow, where are the snacks at? Or any tampon machine. I'm like, where are my snacks at? So this vending machine, I imagine it as part snacks, part little bits. Again, perspective, not great. Hard to really make it go back in there. Probably could have done better on that. But I was worried about making it too dark in some sections. I'm sure it'd be easier maybe if I did it digitally. When you do digital, I feel like you got more room to play and try stuff. On this shared piece of paper, I worry about overshading. So I had some trouble with this illustration overall, but I feel like there is a concept there that perhaps I can explore further. In terms of stats, it got 433 views and 45 likes. Not the worst. It performed around as well as Demon did, but coming off from Pocket Watch and then Boat, I was itching. I was hoping for something better, but that's okay. Day 9. Basket of berries. Yeah, we did it, folks. We got 1,883 views and 129 likes. She looks fun. Oh, she's popular. Basket of berries. I think of juicy berries. Oops, sorry. I think of plump. Yeah, plump. What else is plump? Boobies. Huh? Yeah. It's feeling very good in here. So this is one of those prompts where I actually did use a photo reference for the basket of berries. However, that woman is my addition. And we love her. I love her hairstyle. I love her boobs. I love the arms resting outside like she's in a hot tub. I'm smelling very good in here. Sweet! Wanted something fun and sapphic and eye-catching, and I did it. Was it viral? No. But did it get views? Yes. And it got great likes. In terms of a piece as a whole, perhaps I should put it to cover and consider making it a print or something. That could be fun. I kind of get nervous making like pinup style stuff, but I also have a sticker that says you're literally my best friend, so perhaps I should just go for it. Day 10, witch. For the life of me, I cannot properly line up the audio with the pen tapping. I tried many times, but TikTok for some reason would not, it just kept stuttering and stalling and not properly placing where I wanted it to go. It wasn't helping me out. And that happens sometimes. It's not a great editing app. And I don't want to use CapCut anymore. It's just where it is. Stats, 332 views and 21 likes. You may also notice in some of these, the bio of them, working on being a better artist the best way I can by practicing. This kind of gives explanation as well to me fishing, not fishing, with my hook.
Why does she seem so good if she's trying to get better? Oh, she's already an artist. She's just practicing.
I don't know. I don't want to feel like I'm pulling one over on people, but I also want to get their attention, you know? So who knows who reads? Who knows who reads? I didn't want to do just the traditional witch tied to a stake or casting a spell or something that you see like all the time. I want to do a witch coming in through the window. Anything coming through your window is going to be creepy if you don't expect it, but she's kind of sexy, don't you think? She's wearing like kind of nightgown-esque, the shoulder strap going down. This is another tough perspective one for me. Whatever that phrase is, my eyes are too big for my stomach, you know. But that's how I see it, and I wanted to try my best to execute it because, again, this is about practicing. I wanted a creepy, stormy night, wind blowing through, and here comes this sexy witch coming through your window. And I added the candles in to give that perspective of like, oh my gosh, was this lady summoned? Where'd she come from? Was girly pushed? Maybe they thought she was done for, and then here she comes again. And look at her little toes, the toes I was proud of. Fingers. But yeah, she's just trying to get some leverage. Help a girl out. You left the window open, or maybe she opened it with her powers. But I think this is really eye-catching. I love the smirk that I captured. That was kind of an accident when I was drawing with the pencil, but I think it came out really cool and I dig it. It's definitely something that I want to revisit, perhaps with some like assistance on perspective to kind of give it a bit more power. Okay. So this could just be like the room being like really dark with the candles blown out, and then there's this flash of lightning, and then you see her crawling through the window. Alright, we're here together. We're doing this. Day 11. Skeleton. 361 views and 29 likes. You know, it's okay. It's okay. Could be worse. Skeleton, I found daunting at first because I was like, I don't want to draw a whole skeleton. Oh my gosh, there's so many freaking bones in that. Are you kidding me? And then I thought, I actually don't have to do that because it's my drawing, so I'm going to draw what I want. So it's actually going to be a cartoon skeleton way in the back. So it's going to be a little skeleton body being like, where the heck is my head? And then the head being in the foreground. The mouse was a later addition because I knew I wanted some kind of little critter. I feel like a bug would have been a great choice too. But I'd done a rat. I was feeling mouse. And this mouse, it's hard to tell, but he has a little top hat on and a little bow tie. I started working on grayscale, the markers, to build that perspective. But I hadn't done color yet. I wanted to keep to the grayscale for this month. I don't know. Colors just adds a whole other element to it. such as deciding what color to use. And I have decision fatigue the majority of days, so grayscale was simplest for my brain and for the longevity of this project. That's the answer to that. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a small bleed from using my eraser on the eye of the skull. So little whoopsies like that happen, and I learned I need to give it some more time to rest on the page before I start erasing. It's a fine drawing, not my favorite. I don't feel like it's super original, but it's like quirky. Hey, she's quirky, and we'll give her that. Day 12, music box. 12 is my favorite number, but this was not my favorite sketch. However, stats surprised me. Got 544 views and 62 likes. Yeah, that's a good ratio. Pop that up, whatever that is. Music box, I think of my ballerina music box. That was pink, and it had a little lady popping up out of it. And if you twist the back, it plays a song similar to what I put in for the background music. So I think a lot of those factors, probably nostalgia. This really surprised me because I honestly did not put a lot of effort into this sketch at all whatsoever. This was when I was starting to feel kind of like, ugh. Another day. I wasn't prepping my days as much. You can probably tell by the outfits I'm wearing in the videos which days I grouped together in terms of like filming me flipping through the notebook, because I would do that for maybe like 3 or 4 days, and then I would know in my mind and start thinking about like, oh, what should I draw for those days? That would kind of help me go through them. Music box, I was like, do I really have to draw that? It's a music box. So it's very plain, I'm in my opinion, compared to other ones that I've done, as well as I didn't even give her a face, which maybe people like that. Not having faces in portraits is a huge trend that I don't get why you pay $50 for that in 2018, but okay. Day 13, fortune teller. I didn't want to do a stereotypical fortune teller. Okay, I wanted to think a little further. So I think fortune tellers are sassy. They know the future. Give them $20, maybe they'll tell you. How about you listen to the girl in the bar bathroom? You tell each other your life story. She's gonna tell you what to do, how to fix it. And if you don't follow that, no shit, it fell to shit. No shit, your life fell apart. No shit, that guy that's cheated on you 10 times has cheated on you again with your mom. That's one perspective of who she may be. I feel like she's also giving a little drag, a little elevated persona. She also has elf ears. Because I do what I want. I feel like it adds to her magique. I'm really proud of her. I think she looks beautiful. I think she looks hot. I think her boobs are at a perfect place in terms of gravity. So this, you may see that I dwindled off her figure towards the end, and that is because I put in so much effort into that one hand holding that piece of gum, and I was so proud of that I'm like, why do a second one? Why worry about the perspective of that? Why worry about where that goes? I tried drawing it 3 or 4 to 5 different times and it never looked right. Why have that be an eyesore when this is so beautiful, especially with her nails? Oh my gosh.
Her brows.
I love what I did with her eyebrows. Oh, she's so hot. And she has an extra sharp canine too. And her hair. Oh my gosh. I just think she's so hot. And I think she'd be nice to me, but I would be way too intimidated to speak to her or to hold any kind of decent conversation with her. Her stats were 1,117 views, probably because of the boobs, and 63 likes. So it's strange it got double the views, but about as many likes as the music box. I don't know what to tell you about that. Basically, I drew somebody that I'd be like, jump scare, it's a new night, new glasses. Day 14, fence. This one got 525 views and 82 likes. It's a fence, and I drew a little deer baby curled up beside it because I think does are adorable. M'lady. And this one, in terms of likes to views, this ratio I was pretty happy with, and also somewhat surprised because I was starting to enter my era of lackadaisical. I'm in the middle of the month. I'm kind of getting towards over it, but I'm still committed to finishing it. I'm just wasn't sure how well it was going to go. But I put in the effort of finishing and looking up a picture of a doe curled up so it would be somewhat accurate looking. And the grass was that wild part of me where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing or what this looks like. Day 15 lava lamp. This one's for the books, people. Not saying that it went viral, because it absolutely did not. It got 944 views and 123 likes. Yep, 1, 2, 3. And I was like, damn right it did. I love this design. I love it so much. I turned it into a sticker. I love little gloopy guys. Lava lamps always fascinated me. I always wanted one as a kid. And whenever I would see it at someone's house, I'd be like, oh, that's so cool. And then they go,
No, it gets really hot. Don't touch it.
I'd be like, I'm going to touch it a little bit. And it was so hot, but I wanted one. Ugh. One of these days, I will feel responsible enough to own one, but I am kind of scared of them because they do get super hot. It's a lava lamp. It's in the name, baby. This one was my first design that I turned. That it was a half page and then I turned it, and I was really happy with that decision. Originally, I had like 3. I was going to do like multiple lava lamps, but I'm like, no, just commit to one. Then I started thinking about, what if there's like a little guy in there licking the inside of the lava lamp because he loves it so much. Relatable. One more time for the back. We love them. And I love the ratio. TikTok definitely wants me to pay for views, and I'm not going to do that again. I've done it for a couple times, but only for the same post. If you go to my page, it's pinned. It's that old man picture asking for followers, and then the picture of my seal, the seal that I painted. I only boost that post because the amount of people that follow is quite surprising, and there's no guarantee that anyone will follow you if you pay for views. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent. If you have more questions about that, you can ask me, but it was really good. Or you can scroll down my TikTok because I did do a video breaking that down. Day 16, melting ice cream. This one got 346 views and 28 likes. I was fine with that. I was feeling a little lost with this idea. I didn't feel like committing to something super big. It was like a full page spread. It really depends on my mood. The drippiness, I'm like, oh, that's kind of similar to a lava lamp in terms of glue. I want somebody to catch it at the bottom, and I couldn't stop thinking about Pleakley from Lilo and Stitch. Is this Pleakley? No. Does Pleakley look like? Kinda. Just a little alien guy. I didn't want to commit to like a humanoid because I just didn't feel like drawing one. A little alien catching some big ice cream. He's in his own little world. I did the prompt. Next. Day 17, Giraffe. 1,668 views and 111 likes. Whoa. I did feel like I really needed to pick up from the day before because I was feeling very non-committal and kind of stuck. And Giraffe, it took me a while to get it right. Giraffes' heads are weirdly shaped. No offense to the giraffe community out there, of course. You know, I'm thinking horse, and then I'm thinking deer. No, it's giraffe. It's got these little horns. It's got a good eyebrow perch, and this is one of those photos that I did my best to mimic from Google. And in terms of like their spots, not perfect, but I got the gist of it from my reference photo. And then this peaceful creature, beautiful giraffe destroying the city. And what city is it? It's got a semblance to Chicago, a city I dearly love but had to leave again. I was really happy with the views and the likes. Ratio to it was okay. Should I make this a print? Should I make Giraffe a print? Day 18, cookies. This is another one of those non-committal days where I thought went pretty well. It got 629 views and 67 likes. Very good ratio. It's about like a 1 out of every 10 people or so. And the cookies, I'm like, okay, multiple cookies. So I'll just draw a big old tray pile of cookies. But like, what's so interesting about that? The Cookie Monster, who apparently doesn't do that anymore. I'm not caught up on the Sesame Street lore. Besides the fact that we need to save public television. Anywho, didn't want to commit to drawing the full Cookie Monster, so I'm like, what does Cookie Monster do? He creeps up on cookies. So I thought drawing a furry little finger and his wobbly eyes would be really sweet. And the steam and the hearts coming off of it was very much like we'll see how this looks like. Do I love it? No, not really. But is it there? Yes!
Me one cookie.
Day 19, Forest. 1,328 views and 102 likes. I was pretty pumped about this one, not gonna lie. I had a sketch of it sitting there for a couple days, so when it came around, I'd be able to ink it out pretty quick. The little explorer guy, he was a tough addition, but I'm thankful for putting him there because I'm like, oh, what if he's just covered in shadows? So I don't have to create any defining feature besides a hat, backpack, and hopefully you get that his hands are on his straps and he's just looking up, or they're just looking up at the big trees. He's just a little guy about to go on big adventure. And trees, again, they're tricky for me, but I did this scribble pattern on there and very quick landscape in the background, clouds. Let me know if I should make this into anything as well. I'm kind of feeling this and the giraffe, maybe a couple other ones, be really cool prints. I like that it has lore. I like that it has a story to it. Day 20, teacup, 433 views and 39 likes. Hey. I did not know what to do for this. All my ideas just felt too complicated for what I wanted to commit to. So I just started with drawing the teapot itself. I found a reference photo of being like, hey, this is a general idea of what I want. Pouring tea into this cup, which I sketched out. And I'm like, how do I make this interesting? Okay, what if like the outside detail was someone holding an umbrella? Like that's the embellishment of the teacup. And it gives some kind of like weird effect to it. What's that visual effect called? I don't know. And then the little guy in there, okay, I messed that up. So I just gave them a wig. Yeah. But I mean, you can tell it's a teacup. And I did the day. So that's the accomplishment enough. Yeah, maybe this is something I could rework. Maybe it'd be a cute design on a teacup itself to have like little guys with little umbrellas, like protecting themselves from the stream of liquid hot death. Could be cute. Day 21, favorite movie or book character. Stats for this were 277 views and 13 likes. And hey, that makes sense because the person I drew neither stars in movies nor books. Well, I'm sure they've been in plenty of fan fictions, but oh my god. I was like, who's like a celebrity that I actually like enjoy as a person for the majority? Jeff Probst. Reality TV star Jeff Probst. I guess I had Survivor on the brain. You know, I auditioned for Survivor. I sent an audition tape and I will gladly post that on this channel because it is a work of art. And is it way too extra for what they're looking for? Absolutely. Did I ever hear back? No. God, I love you, Jeff. I'm happy with how that sketch turned out. I'm actually pretty surprised that it looks somewhat like him. The final detail was adding that little tuft of hair behind his ear, below his cap, as well as his hands on his hip, which aren't perfect, but you know, they're getting there. I think I would sleep for 5 for this. Day 22, potion, 464 views and 40 likes. Not a bad ratio. This was something where when I flipped to it, I was like, oh yeah, something like fantasy, fun, Shrek 2, happily ever after, modeled after potion maybe a little bit. This I did sketch beforehand for a while just to try and help figure it out, give some composition to it. Composition? Who's she? She's trying. That's who she is. I think it's a cute illustration. Overall, having little page on top. I was trying to give kind of daddy long legs inspired, especially with like the cobwebs around there too. The name of the elixir, give a shit elixir, not for poop. LOL. Yeah, that is definitely talking about me in terms of finishing this challenge. Girl, you gotta give a shit. Finish it up. You can do it. And the books beside it, I thought, oh, should I make titles for these books? Nah, it's about potion, not about books. So I just let it be. Day 23, Meadow. 285 views and 23 likes. The sketch for this overall, not super pleased with it because when I think of Meadow, I think of the meadow in Twilight, and this does not look like that. I also think of rolling hills, I suppose, but drawing a meadow with pens and grayscale, which is still what I wanted to commit to, is difficult. So I'm like, let me draw like 3 different textures of grass. Hopefully they'll be able to see that it's water in the far distance with like the reflections on it from the sun. However, that is definitely difficult to pick up. And the dog in the foreground, a border collie, that's the type of dog my parents have. I did Google a picture of the border collie though, so that is not the exact dog. And I also doodled in the tongue coming out. Very hard to do. It's not my best dog picture. You can tell it's a dog though. Day 24. Bike. 669 views. Nice. And 70 likes. Good ratio. I feel like a bike is one of those usual art degree or high school art assignments. Doing a little bike on a little piece of paper is not super daunting. I did have a sketch of it sitting in my notebook for this day. Did purposely choose a not too crazy complicated bike for this photo. Photo reference is from Amsterdam, because when I think of bikes and like a cool setting, I think of Amsterdam. Have I ever been? No. Would I love to go? Yeah. So I mainly focused on the bike. I tried to add in shadows for the water, but then I'm like, oh, is that taking away from the bike skeleton? No, I'll just make bike dark. I'll make bike dark, water grayish, and I won't add any other details in the background because I'm tired. The prompt is about bike there. And I tried to draw the pavement, but perspective is tricky. I don't know if you can tell that one bike wheel is smaller than the other. I used a tracer. This is obviously not the tracer I used, but it's amongst this pack. It's definitely for kids, but I got it off the internet just to help with simple shapes like that. Can I draw a circle? Yeah, but did I want to challenge myself with a circle for a bicycle? Not super really a lot. Then I did that. That's okay. I can draw other stuff, and I'll draw a circle when I need to circle. Trees, I'm pretty proud of these trees. I think they look cute and good. Buildings, fine. I mean, people have hazy drawn stuff in the background of their illustrations all the time. Why can't I try it out? And that's my excuse.
Ears.
Day 25. Ears. 725 views and 73 likes. Kind of a great ratio there. Oh gosh, I wish this got more views. I thought it was so cute. And the first ear and the first row, guess who that belongs to?
Me!
Because I belong with the fantasy ears because I'm a little weirdo with them. I thought this was a cute composition. However, are there little charts of illustration ears online? Yeah, absolutely. And did I use some of those for reference? Yes. I didn't trace it though. I used it to be like, oh, that's a different fantasy ear that I can copy from. But I make my own little changes. And by changes, I mean oopsies. So it doesn't look exactly like it. So I don't consider that stealing, especially because they're all using references, I'm sure, from like other fantasy things. However, if you have different viewpoints on that, let me know. Otherwise, I am considering turning this into something as well. Let me know which ears you identify with. I identify with first one and the rest of them. I don't know. I'm thinking about making a print club. A lot of people are doing it. Why not my art too? Eos. Day 26, mountain. 488 views and 45 likes. More likes than I would have given it, because I almost didn't want to post this one. It gives very beginner to me. In terms of composition, I didn't know what I was doing. But I tried it and I did it. I had 3 mountains on there. So actually I'm an overachiever. Trees in the very front. And then actually this is the first prompt where I went back and re-recorded my reveal, because when I watched it back, it looked like some kind of body of water in between them when I wanted it to look like clouds and mist. So I tried adding in a lower part of the body. It kind of looks like it now. It was hard to commit to because I didn't really know what to do for the mountain. I thought this is the first one as well that I had words on the page.
I hold the bodies of dozens of lost travelers.
Too wordy. Another edit I would have loved to make to that. If you have anything else you'd want to caption in there, let me know. I think that'd be really funny. I just wanted it to have that gleeful, kind of beautiful, oh, I'm a mountain, but I'm also deathly. Day 27, Yeti. 471 views and 49 likes. Another one where I was like, that many likes? Really? Okay. I had a picture of the pose that I wanted in my brain, and it looks something like that. I wanted a friendly Yeti. Might be giving more Bigfoot, but it's white like a Yeti. I don't know if that's a Yeti thing, but I wanted to show a little bit of ass in the back, ass in the crack. And the feet, I almost messed up on, but then I remembered, oh, there's not a big toe on the right side of the left. Wait, there's not a big toe on the far right side of the right foot. It's on the inside. Wow, that was tricky. Friendly little guy, and he's just carrying his big old Yeti up the mountain. Yeti with a Yeti. That was a basic idea of it, and it looks like it. I think the thumb, I should have defined that a bit more, or if I was drawing digitally, I definitely would have messed with that a bit more, maybe put it in a different spot. But I wanted those pecs to be seen, and I don't know if a Yeti has horns, but this one does. But he's a friendly guy. What's in the Yeti? What is in the Yeti? I think probably a mix of like bear piss, vodka, blood, any blood, maybe hiker blood, and some lemon. I think that'd be good. Yeti with a Yeti. Day 28, wig, 389 views and 49 likes. The ratio with this was so good. It should have gotten more views. It should have gotten more likes. I don't know what TikTok's deal is. What's up your butt, bud? For this one, I just continued to have a burning impulse to draw a squirrel with a wig on its head. Bruh, I don't know. She looks fabulous. Does she not? The lashes are lashing. The whiskers are purring. Her little bow. Okay, compliment time. I think it's cute that I did a lot of detail for the squirrel, but the wig is very simple. So for those little like lines at the bottom, which I don't know what those stand for. Again, if this was digital, I probably would have taken them out and kind of gone back and forth or added like a different shadow. This is another potential, I think, for something. I think the squirrel is gorgeous. I think I did a good job. Should have gotten more views because a lot of people liked it. This is one of those things where I'm like, oh, TikTok wants me to buy views. I'm not gonna do that. Did I think about it though? Yeah, but I don't want to do it anymore.
Squirrel in a wig.
She's fabulous. Day 29, 1,083 views and 90 likes. This surprised me because I was absolutely phoning it in. This was the first one that shared a page, well, shared a spread with another design. Okay, kind of poetic that it's from the beginning of the month to the end of the month. This tooth, I did have to glance at a reference photo because I almost got the prongs wrong. Okay.
See that prongs?
So I did the tooth. I used the number 3 micron pencil because I'm like, that's going to give me dimension in my line art, perhaps less effort on my part. Ooh, rhyme. I thought the tooth looked good, add a little shadow on it, and then I'm like, oh, that looks so bare. I'm just going to throw some squiggles around it, give it a small pattern. You see at the very bottom, I started adding little dots, and then I was like, that's too much work for me. I'm almost done this challenge. So I stopped at that point. And I'm like, needs a little crown. Teeth, crown. I'm just surprised that a tooth got so much love. I think people are fascinated with teeth. I've never had that type of affection towards them. I guess they're cool because they're bones that come out of your head. Don't get veneers unless you need them medically. Okay? Ugh. Don't get me started. The last day, day 30. Are there 31 days in August? Yes. Shut up. 30 days. That's all I wanted to know. That was enough. Night. 372 views and 43 likes. Again with the ratio TikTok. Hello. Wig and night did very similar. And they should have popped off more. Why aren't you showing it to more people? The only night that I think of before I go to sleep is Chapel Rowan. Good luck, babe. I was surprised that I could even draw a semblance of her because I think she's a very difficult person to draw for some odd reason. I think her nose is super distinct to her. It has like a subtle, beautiful shape to it. I think she's gorgeous. I haven't said that enough. Yeah, I don't really draw celebrities on the regular, so I'm like, as long as there's kind of like a cartoonish resemblance to her, I'd be happy with that. I think I was able to accomplish that, and I didn't really erase it that much either. This was kind of a first go, like one and done. I did do it in pencil because it's the last day. Perhaps if I did it in marker to like clean it up, maybe it could have looked a little bit more like her, or I could have messed it up and ruined the whole thing. And who wants to end on that note? But I finished! Yay! I did the whole 30-day challenge, which when I started, did I think I was gonna do that? No, because I started the very first video by saying drawing every day until Drawtober. I'm not drawing that in September. I'm happy for the break. I'm gonna go into Drawtober with ideas and sketches and all that jazz. Top 4 favorites of the month be the waterfall, the fortune teller, the lava lamp, and the forest. And the ones that performed the best, basket of berries and the giraffe. So let's go over what I wanted, what my initial goals were. Drawing practice. Did I achieve this? Yes! Yes, I did. Increase views. Yeah. Gain subs. Yeah. Got some here and there. Thank you so much. Some of them, maybe I got like 3, over the course of the month. That's great to get 3 for a few videos. That's cool. Especially in TikTok nowadays, not a lot of people are following other people. It's not like it was in 2020 when you like burp on camera and you got like 20,000 views. Or subs. Although I guess if you're really hot and you do that, that would happen too. Finish. Yeah, I finished. And I feel really good about it. Build portfolio of ideas. Yes, absolutely I did. Especially upon reflection, I'm like, wow, I can actually create a lot more jazz with this. That's awesome. And lastly, did I go viral? No. So that's a failure. I'd say the project itself overall is not a failure, but in terms of going viral, God, I wish it happened. God, that would be so awesome. There are several videos that I think definitely, with how the ratio was, could have popped off. But did they? No. No. And I posted all of them on YouTube. Did any of those pop off? No. And I think a big part of it is maybe my drawings weren't good enough, or they weren't like shocking enough. I tried to add little twists in there when I could, or perhaps people didn't really dig with the format that I was doing. Something about it formulaically probably didn't do it. Maybe if I said that I was drawing for the first time ever. But again, I don't want to lie like crazy. Whatever. It didn't go viral. Oh well. So overall, majority was accomplished. Would have been great to pop off. Absolutely. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Whatever you're doing, I hope you take some time to create for yourself, no matter what that may be. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. If you dig my vibe, or if you like what you see, please subscribe if you want to. And like, if you're around for that. Thanks for being here. How are you and goodbye. Is that a good ending?